Hello, everyone. Yeah, I think this is the last workshop or webinar for this 14 weeks. This is the 15th week. We have finished everything in for this 14 weeks of teaching. As we mentioned, yeah, this is not the end. This is the end of a course, and actually it should be the beginning of your journey of body, mind, and transformation is an ongoing journey. We have quite a few repeaters. Many people repeat for this course. I think that's one of the reasons that this course is very special, very special. In terms of the body's strengths, the connections of body mind, the transformations of of emotions, they are quite holistic, and as we said, it's ongoing. I practiced this for I don't know how many years, 40 years, and still you get something new or profound, every now and then. So for sure, it is a live practice. And someone already asked, how can I do on my own? Well, first of all, when you register, your membership is 1 year. Yeah, so we still have about 9 months or so that you can access when you go to the site and you sign in. Then that page, well, from last newsletter you will know, that page is the page of the week of 14. So that is the default page. When you log in, that is the page always there because that is the last week, and also there is the summary. And also at the viewer of the videos, underneath, it's not there yet, but in a few days, you will see there are 3 thumbnails. These 3 thumbnails are the one that you can download, and you can practice them for all your life. Yeah, that is forever. You can save it. And the 3 thumbnails are 3 videos. They're all exercise of Yi Jin Jing walk through from the first one to the last one, exactly like the contents of the week 14. But in consideration of someone, he may or she may not have time, too much time, or you like to have a shorter version. So we have 3 options. One is the full time, so it is 9 for each of them. Yeah, you're very familiar with this. Then another video is the repeat of 5, then repeat of 3. Yeah. So this way you can have the choice. You can download all 3 of them. Yeah, this we just started doing last time. The first 2 times we didn't do this. Then I noticed someone even just tell them you can repeat 3, but when you're not guided, it's much harder. So we make 3 separate videos, times of 3, times of 5, times of 9. Yeah. So the 9 time is like nearly an hour, like 40 minutes to 50 minutes, depends on how long you do. I think it's about 40 minutes or so. They can reduce half an hour, 24 minutes. Okay. So that's excuse me. That's one thing about what we are arranging for ongoing practice. Yeah, ongoing practice. And another thing I like to say is how you can arrange your practice. Yeah, how you can arrange your practice during the day or beginning of the day or end of the day. Well, frankly, There's no exact time that you have to do this or not. Yeah, you can choose. You can decide the time on your own. For me, I like to do it, of course, in the morning. Yeah, in the morning. If I'm not in a rush, I normally have about 3 hours free for myself. Like I go to work at 10 o'clock, or sometimes do it 9 o'clock. I start at 5. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so it's about 4 or 5 hours. And I have my breakfast and do some gym or running. I still have a couple of hours of practice my Qigong. So I can arrange quite a lot. But for someone, it might be challenging time-wise. Yeah. So I hope at least 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes. In other words, it's like a full practice of Yi Jin Jing a day. Then you can be proud to say, I'm a Qigong person, right? Uh, so 30, 40 minutes minimum, then that benefits can be very sustainable. And of course, sometimes you can do repeat 3. And what I like to do is normally if I have enough time, I will have at least 2 exercises. Like if you do Yi Jin Jing, if you just learn Yi Jin Jing, of course, Yi Jin Jing and Shi breathing, right? For all this time, Shi breathing, you can do it separately. You don't have to together with Yi Jin Jing. And if you learn some other exercises, you can also say add into that. That is secondary exercise. Or if you have the third one. So if you have third one, then you have primary exercise, Yi Jin Jing every single day. Then every other day, or every 3 days or 4 days, you have secondary exercise. So you can fit in. Yeah, this is a wise way to arrange that. And like I have learned more than 200 exercises from my master, Xiao Yao alone. Yeah. Plus some other exercises I learned from the other masters, there's hundreds of them. So I make it like 2-year cycle, meaning in 2 years' time, all these exercises, at least I'm going to touch for some time. Yeah, even if 1 week. Then the memory is there and this energy is always simmered. The way you arrange is primary exercise, then secondary. Yeah, secondary exercise, you can do it once every 2 years for me, like once every 2 years. Then I can have hundreds of exercise jogging around, but main practice is the key. And when you choose this main practice, keep it for at least 3 months. Well, now you don't have a lot, then that is all your main practice. Keep it for several years maybe. But when you learn more, it doesn't matter whether you're learning from me or from the other teachers, you can arrange it in this. This is a good tip. Actually, I learned it from my master. Because when I learned it from him, he didn't allow me to take notes. The notes, yeah. Especially when he's saying. Underneath, I may have a little notebook and very simple draft. But when I'm with him, it's not allowed to take pens. Yeah. So you are supposed to memorize them. We know memorize, you need repetition. Yeah. And someone, they say, oh, I did it every day for 5 years, then I remember it. No. In another 5 years, you may forget it. So every 2 years, it's going to recycle. So that's how you arrange your time. And you can do it at the end of the day, yeah, before you go to bed. Test it. Different person reacts differently. Yeah. Some, if they do close to their bedtime, they feel the energy is too excited and it's hard for them to go to bed. Then you can do it a bit earlier, yeah, or in the morning. Or you separate. Shi breathing, you can do it before going to bed. Yeah, Shi breathing, for sure. It calms down the qi. Yeah, calms down the qi. if anyone wants to repeat, yeah, we have repeating price for the one who have done the 8 cycles for Yi Jin Jing, sorry, Yi Jin Jing. And from the newsletter, you may notice that I have already had the date for the next one. The date is we start on Saturday, February the 2nd, 2019. So it will be a few months. So yeah, whether you are going to do it yourself or you want to repeat, keep yourself online. Yeah, I will send the newsletter about a month before that. So early January, like the same time as this, the same way as this time, we have about 1 month's time for you to register. Yeah, we may still working out the early registration. So I appreciate it if you can spread the news to your friends. And I'm working out on the ambassador like this time to give everybody spread the news. And you can either just give it offer for your friends, or you can earn some money by providing the affiliate. Yeah. Another news is that we have an on-site one, the one that is not online. Yeah, this is online. You know, it's always cons and pros for online course and the live on-site course. Yeah, the online course, of course, it's quite extended, and it can be very elaborate, and we can escort all the way, and the energy is still very powerful. And you don't have to travel. It's much low cost, but still good connections. On site, of course, we meet in person. Yeah, we guide group healings, we review, we repeat, and that is a long weekend, which is in Denmark. Every year I try to arrange one place. Next year is in Denmark. Started on June 14th night to 17th. So it's Friday night to Monday. So anyone who wants to join on site, yeah, this is a good chance. Well, Denmark, Copenhagen is a beautiful city. I've been there many years, once a year, so I really love that place. And this is the first time I do Yi Jin Jing on site in Europe. So welcome to go there. Actually, Alan, who is the organizer, we talked about this, and then we come up with a special treat for the one who has done Yi Jin Jing before, like everybody of you, yeah, or the previous ones who have done Yi Jin Jing online before. So on Friday, we are having Friday night. That is the normal teaching, but then we arranged before teaching on Friday afternoon for a couple of hours. We are going to have a Yi Jin Jing gathering, meaning for the one who has done, if you register for the whole weekend, then you have also exclusive gathering chances for that afternoon. Yeah, the details we're still working on, but for sure we're going to practice together, question and answers, and also we are going to have group healing. And also I'm going to introduce a special vibration meditation called Song Kong Tong Dong. Not Song Kong Dong, yeah, Song Kong Tong Dong. It's vibrating the whole body. It's beautiful practice. So that is about the Denmark. Yeah, June 14th afternoon, the gathering open to everybody who have done the Yi Jin Jing, and also for the new ones, yeah, it's Friday night, 14th night to 17th. Okay. Yeah, if you go to the site, Robert Peng University's site on the 14th week now, you will see on the top corner, there's a course overview. Then underneath, there's a preview, previous week. This is a very helpful button for you to practice for this rest of the 9 months. Say, if you say, oh, I had the second week, I forget, I want to review the second week. You go to course review, then we click it, then it will appear a drop-down menu. Yeah, then it tells you which one you're going to choose. Then you choose week 2. You click on week 2. Then it will lead you to week 2, week 7, week 8. Okay, so that is very good ways that you can navigate. Okay, you can navigate the course. I think that's quite. Let's see. That's quite the what I want to say now. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have anything missing. Or certificate. Certificate from last newsletter. If you don't get newsletter, you go to the Peng University site on the week 14th, right? Then on the navigation bar, you are going to have the newsletter archived there. So you choose the last newsletter. Then over there, there's the newsletter, and we have announcement about the certificate. Yeah, the certificate, you can just click on it. The link is a certificate of completion on the newsletter. Then it will lead to a page that you can do it on your own. You put your name, then we click it. You can have a PDF form that you can download and print out. Okay. The last newsletter have a lot of information. You know, we have Yi Jin Jing online course, the outline. Yeah, put all 12 table together, and then each one we have graphics. Okay, and also I have a link to the YouTube. About every meridians. There's a YouTube. They have beautiful animations. Well, that's not I didn't do that, but I find it's very helpful if you want to know more details about flowing of the qi for the meridians. So I put it on there too. Okay, so I think that's what I want to say at the beginning. So we're open to some questions. Okay. Let's see, do we have any questions? We have one question here. I have a question. I love this course and all the exercise except for crouching tiger, eyes to pray. Is there any way to make it easier but still get benefits? Yes, yeah. Crouching tiger. Yeah. You go. I just skipped all the previous ones. Okay. So this one, the hard part is here for someone if you're not so flexible. All right. So you can do it on the chair. Yeah, on the chair. I think we mentioned last time, but let me do it again here. Okay, I have a ladder here. Just suppose this is the back of the chair, okay? So if you feel challenging of doing this, you can put you can stand like this, okay? Yeah. Inhale. The key is your buttock here. there's a motion like this, okay? There's a motion like this. So you go inhale. Then when you exhale, try to raise the heel, especially the back heel, right? So you can go inhale. 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 All right. I hope it makes sense. Does it make sense? Yeah. So the key is there are two key elements. All right. First is the buttock. Try to have a little rotate. It's like the wheels. Okay. Instead of go straight, so you go back and up. And second, you pray, go against pray, try to raise the heels as you push forward. Okay? I hope that helps. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, here. Oh, there are quite a lot. Sorry, I missed it. Yeah. Do you know of any Qigong jokes? Qigong joke. I do have many, but it's just stuck here. I don't have any. Let me see if I have any coming out, and then I'll tell you. Okay, Qigong jokes. Next one, John. When doing Xi breathing just after holding my breath, is it okay for the first few breaths to imagine good Qi coming in and toxins breathing out on exhale? All this before the next round of Xi breathing starts. Yes, you can. The natural function of breathing is you breathe in the oxygen, right? Yeah. And we breathe out carbon dioxide coming out. So if you want to use the mind to reinforce this function, of course you can. Yeah, you breathe in, you think more than just oxygen, but more behind oxygen, holistic coming in, benefit for yourself. Exhale the one that is not organic to your body, exhale it out. Perfectly fine. Okay. But meanwhile, sometimes I myself, I don't want to do it this way. Because after you're holding your breath and you're doing normal breathing, you want to be more meditative to the sense of the qi. Just watching the feeling of inhale and exhale is rich enough. Yeah. You can watch as if on your nose, in the nasal of your nose, and when the air comes in, as if you have a sensor here, just watch it come in, watch it coming out. Yeah. This is simple. Make it simple for now. Yeah. Again, totally fine, you can do it. Okay. It's up to you. Sometimes you would like to add a little bit things like this one. It can be done. Yeah. Next one, Susanna. Would you recommend going back to the individual weeks to improve each movement or doing the whole? It's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. That the table of the overall content is for you to refer back easily. And if you feel okay, the previous 14 weeks, I'm quite scattered with my arranged time. Sometimes I'm missing the whole week, maybe, or I don't feel so satisfied. You can do it again. Yeah, because that's the reason we extended for another several months for you to be able to be on your own master to arrange your time. Yeah. Um, you can decide, so I want to start week 1 again, another 14 weeks through your own journey. Yeah. And of course, this should be more self-discipline, right? And or you say, I feel weak for the third exercise is my favorite. I want to be more exploration on it. I want to focus. I want to watch it again, know more details, and practice for several weeks. Just focus on that part. Still fine. It's quite flexible. Okay. And if you're satisfied with every one of them, do the whole. Yeah, the whole one is the one that you can practice a long time. Yeah. Now, Sadie, right? Yeah. Hi, yes, I have 3 questions. What is the breathing for beating the heavenly drum? Natural breathing, yeah, the way you feel comfortable, no thinking. Do you breathe while fingers strike the nape or hold your breath? Just natural breathing, yeah. You're doing this just natural breathing. Okay, that's very simple questions. Next one, Elizabeth. Is there a particular reason we started learning the long movement first? In other energy work I have learned, the spleen was emphasized as an optimal starting point. Um, the exercise, we have 12 exercises, and each one are matched to one of the meridian. You notice that, yeah. And among the 12 meridians, long meridian is the first. So that's how we follow the sequence of the meridians. And why long meridian is the first? Among 12 meridians, long, we say long, large intestine, the stomach, and the spleen. But that would be heart and then small intestine. It's all sequence. During the day, it started at 3 o'clock, long, and until liver, the last one, to form a cycle. The reason why long meridian is the first among 12 meridian is the long meridian is the one that started first after you break up from your mother's physical body. When you're born, as soon as your navel cord was cut off, what do? You cry, right? Of course, there are many explanations to say why we cry. Yeah, we cry. We're painful, of course, yeah. And some say, yeah, we're cutting off with past life. Or besides all that, one main thing is that as soon as you cry, you started your after birth energy cycles. Before, you're cycling through the navels to connect with mothers. So you're in one body. So as soon as the cord was cut, you started to be independent. That would say after birth, energy circulations. And when you cry, you trigger the long meridian. So after the long meridian started, then all the followings are triggered, are activated one after another. That's the reason why we do long meridian first. Okay. Kathleen, in Qi breathing, not Qi breathing. Yeah. Sheep XI. In sheep breathing, is there a specific number of breaths in the length of time to hold the breath? No, but we have a rough around how long. Yeah, so you do. Again, this one you can do faster, quicker, forceful, or easier, like the fast one. And you can do easier. The one I show is in the medium, okay? When I'm guiding you, you can do. All right, so both ways are fine. Then normally you do this part for about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, because this special breathing is to activate all internal breathings, internal energies. 1.5 to 2 minutes are quite good. Yeah, quite good. Then you begin to inhale, then exhale easily for about 2 rounds. Then the second one, when you nearly finish, you hold your breath. Yeah. The purpose is not for you to hold how long. It does improve you holding the breath. Yeah, sometimes amazingly long than the other ways. But that is not the purpose. The purpose is when you're holding your breath after you exhale, the pressure inside is very little. The energy flow inside is very free. Now you focus your mind to any place that you want to focus, the energy flush there like lasers. That's why we say it's good to do the empowerment and it's good to do the healing. When you do the Qi breathing, you focus on any place. The Qi goes there and do the healing. Yeah. So in the video, I make it about 40 seconds, then the second round about 1 minute, then 1 minute and 10 seconds. Yeah, roughly. So everyone after is a little bit longer. So if you're following me and then you can hold that long, you can return your normal breathing and waiting for me next round. All right. So you don't force yourself holding. You cannot hold anymore. Just yeah. So that's length of time holding is up to you, of course. Yeah. You cannot hold that long. You cannot hold that long. You cannot force yourself. And with with more practicing, you develop holding longer. Yeah. So you can do it on your own. Then you're more capable of adapting it. Yeah. If you're doing with my videos, you follow me and holding as long as you can. If you cannot hold longer, as my pause. Okay. Susanna, do you recommend going back each individual week to improve the movement? Oh, sorry, we just talked about it. Yeah. Barbara, during the spinal twist movement, is there a breathing pattern you recommend? No, that's the only 2 places. Heavenly drum, this one, we don't require special breathing. Yeah, you just go easy and return. It's more the slow movement. Yeah. Imagine it's like you're twisting the towel, then you have water drips, right? So you're twisting your spine, energy drips downward and upward. Downward to connect the heaven, the earth, upward to connect the heaven. Squeeze, then when you release, because release that is open, right? The universe just comes. Squeeze, connecting, coming back, swapping the chi, come down. Marlon, how do I visualize the triple warmer, Sanjiao, when I look at my Sanjiao, for example? Look at the lungs, heart, etc., but there's no organ for triple warmer. Yeah, you're right. Triple warmer is not one organ. is the connective tissue, fascia. Yeah. So you can go one after another. Yeah. Upper jaw, there are two ways to say three jaw. Yeah. One is upper jaw, middle jaw, lower jaw. Yeah. And another way is upper jaw is upper dantian, middle jaw is middle dantian, lower jaw is lower dantian. I mean, in terms of space, the locations. But when we say jiao, triple burner, triple warmer, we're mentioning all more the connective tissues. Yeah, so when you are scanning your upper jaw, say, for example, upper dantian head part, you're looking more the connections, like wires in between them, instead of a concentrated shining pearl. That is dantian, right? I'm looking for all the networks in my upper dantian, then middle dantian, then lower dantian. Yeah. Watching, scanning down, scanning down. Or you focus on middle dantian or the wires. Okay, so that's how you visualize, watching the connections or the fascias. In the 15th week with the full Yi Jin Jing, you do the strong fight 30%, but in early weeks you did it 30, 50, and the last 100. What do you do in daily practice? You choose it. Yeah, you choose it. The reason we give you the options is that physically sometimes you don't want to push too hard. If it is hard to do 100%, you can do all 100%. You can do all 30% or 50%, or like what instructed 30, 50, 100. Yeah, or 80%. Or is measure. Yeah, it's just rough measurement, and full strength, half strength, 30%. You can do it in one round. You can do it just 30% for the whole 9 of them. So you choose it, okay? Next one, a Chinese, Michael, from Michael, right? A Chinese medicine practitioner will diagnose you as having certain characteristics. For instance, one may have the trace of kidney person. If that is the case, when not doing the full form, would it be helpful to just practice on the exercises for some specific organ? For instance, the bladder, kidney sequence. Yes, that's right. You can tailor it. And as daily practice, it's good to do all of them. Then you can specify on some certain ones. What I like to recommend is if you have time enough, say I want to emphasize for my bladder, yeah, and then you do the whole set, then you choose the bladder part and repeat that like during for that week. So you add another extra 10, 15 minutes. That is great benefit, right? Mm. And yes, in crouching tiger, what is the best distance of the arms? Shoulder width apart? Uh, Not necessarily to be specific. Yeah, uh, when you are putting your arms on there, it depends. Yeah, too far, it's hard to support you. Too narrow, it's hard to move. So you find the best position, the best width of land. Yeah. Also, you can add it stronger or less. Is you can either put your hands, the four hands here. That is easier, of course, or you can use the paws, like both paws on the floor. Yeah, like this. That is more challenging. So you can do both way. Yeah. Okay. Then I noticed in the complete exercise, after each movement, you don't say, watch each specific organ, but watch your body. Does that mean we just watch how qi move in the body, regardless which movement and which organ it matches? Good question. For the last one, with overall, because we practice all 12 of them, yeah. In other words, all meridians are activated during this whole practice. So you can do specific if you want to be more specific, or general. Yeah, you just watch how overall sense you have, and it is a very beautiful feeling. Like when you watch how your body reacts. Sometimes even just subtle movement of your hair can give you beautiful ecstasy. So you can choose both. Yeah, you can choose both. And sometimes you just want to be easy, simple. Then you can make it simple. Don't need to be specific on each organs. And sometimes you can do it. Okay, either ways, they're fine. Diane Kua, how is the online teacher training coming? Online teacher training is not so ready yet. We are going to have online training for teacher training prerequisite next year. That's my project. Meaning, if you want to be a teacher, we need to have a prerequisite. You have to attend the course, you practice. And normally, if it is on site, it is about 5 days workshop. Like the next one is in West Coast, in near Santa Cruz. That is 5 days. Anyway, you have to be on site. Now I'm working on online, then you can learn it. Then after you learn it and practice that, then you're qualified to go to the teacher training. Now the teacher training, we only have one a year on site, and we don't have online planned yet. Okay. And the next year, the prerequisite of teacher training is in January in Kripalu, and I think it is another one is in May or June in Omega Institute in upstate of New York. Well, keep I'll put the notice on the newsletter also. Next one, Michael. Have you found that you can access the unconscious mind by doing the form or Xi breathing? I ask this since I become evident that certain movement limitations may be coming from beyond the conscious mind. Thank you. For sure, because this that's one thing. Qigong is different from Jing, even different from Tai Chi. Yeah, we have a saying that Tai Chi is the same family as Qigong, but more specific, Qigong is not just physical, it's although we have a lot of physical movement, it's very spiritual. When we say spiritual, it is not only you are more peaceful, yeah, but also like you, the outer consciousness, the heaven chi, the clairvoyance, your instinct can be very sharp as well. Yeah. So what you mentioned here, for sure, it comes a lot. Yeah, it comes out. Your connections with the universe are so sharp, then you can be quite different person. And for the Shi breathing throughout the whole 14-week course, the duration I hold my breath during Shi breathing never increased. I thought it would get longer over time, but it didn't. Does that matter? No, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah. And if you want to increase the holding of the breath longer, it is always more beneficial or more efficient if you're doing this part in a more powerful way. Then the holding of breath can be much more improved. If you're doing it quite easy, that part is less. Sadly, the second question, when I just watch the Qi after Qi breathing, sometimes I notice first my lower dantian feeling empowered after the first cycle, and then the middle and the upper dantians activated in the second and third cycle. Is this an coincidence? Is this desirable or something I should purposefully cultivate? You can purposefully cultivate, yeah. Like I said, when you focus, the two things, like just mentioned about Ben's question, always play about two things. One, that's when I'm doing the martial art the same. When doing martial art, you have a lot of forms. But after you practice so hard with all the forms, then the master will say, forget about the forms. Yeah. So the form's purpose, as you get familiar, then you should forget, and then you can begin to apply it whenever it is necessary, right? And so when you're going to hit, and this hit is on the fifth one. You don't want to do 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5. You choose the fifth one, to work on it. Singing, you sing the first sentence, then until 10th sentence. But sometimes you say, what is 9th sentence? You don't know if you don't break it down. Yeah. So when you're doing the Shi breathing, two things. One is you deliberately leading the Qi to somewhere. That is purposely thinking about lower dantian, then the Qi swamp there, right? Another is just generally watch. Yeah. That's what I answered Ben. You just generally watch the feelings of your body, the feelings of your mind, the feelings of your emotions, anything. Just watch, not connect, don't be attached. Just watch like a people on the side, right? Then when you are not intentionally bringing it somewhere, then it may trigger to go to shoulders, go to low dantian, middle dantian. Beautiful. That is, they function a bit differently. So you play both ways, purposefully, more intentions. Second, allow the energy flow. That is like very high level of nourishing Qi. The Qi are finding its own way of your body for your empowerment, for your healing. Maria, I did really well throughout the course. Then last week had to have oral surgery, so I had to put practice on pause. And now slowly coming back to it. A bit more energy every day. Nourishing Qi has been super helpful during these days. When we are not well, is it wise to take a break? Yes. When you are very sick, and don't force yourself, and well, you can adapt it. Like all the exercise, you can do it more in the meditation way. If you feel you physically cannot do it, you can do it more mindful, more in the meditation way. But if you physically and you mentally feel, I'm just exhausted, I want to give up for a couple of days, do it. Don't feel guilty if you lag off a few days. It happens. When it comes, it comes. When it goes, it goes. So take it more naturally. But of course, your mind is always reminding you are practicing. you're a Qigong practitioner. So when you put this in the back of your mind, yeah, literally like off, don't bother. Yeah, don't bother. And please, can you explain what the effect of the various breathing pattern? What the effect is of the various breathing patterns? What do you mean? The various breathing patterns? This is the same as I mentioned, that when you're doing slower, or are you doing the holding the breath, or strong fire, moderate fire? Yeah, it's not so specific. I think in the workshop we mentioned about all the benefits, the way of doing strong fire, moderate fire, natural breathing. Okay. Dennis, does each of the exercise connect to the certain organ, or is that random? No, it's connected. Yeah, it's like, even if you don't focus on that practice, it's more what we have overall connecting of the universal chi, the central meridian, three dantians. They're all every exercise working on it. Then specifically each one they're doing connections with some certain organs. Yeah. Ping, Robert, when I'm doing the whole flow, can I do more repetitions on certain ones? Say, I like the kidneys very much. Can I do 36 while do 9 for the others? You can, yeah. But remember, it's times of 3. So you did the time good. 36, 9, yeah. 24, 21, yeah. When, now that I'm very familiar with movements, sometimes I find my attention waver during the movements. Does that take away the effectiveness of the movements? No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And any suggestions other than just bringing back the attention? Well, what that is true when you're more familiar because it's so easy. It's more like a natural movement. Then your mind begin to float. Yeah, that is happening. That happens. Yeah, and don't feel bad. Yeah, the very experienced meditator, their mind flows. Yeah, just bring it back. That's simple. Or you can. Another thing is you can focus on one specific finger or hands or one area. Yeah, because overall you're so familiar, then you can pay attention to the breathing that goes through your nose. You pay attention to the breathing that you do when you do the body breathing. So be more narrowed down to one specific things. Yeah, like for this whole cycles. Yeah, cycle 1. I just want to pay attention to my little finger all the time. Yeah, it can be a lot of fun and can be very elaborate for your practice. Let me see what else. Tony, is it more effective during the 14-week program to do the long exercise on the meridian time of the lungs and large intestine exercise, the meridian time of the large intestine, etc.? Theoretically, yes, yeah, because they're matching together. And practically, yes, too. But also practically, it is very challenging. Yeah. So if you can, thumbs up, all the better. If not, it's still quite good benefit. Okay. And yes, in sea breathing, is there any benefit to practicing just the stomach breathing? Another time just chest breathing, and another time where the first long breath with stomach and short one in the chest. For the Xi breathing, you do it natural. Yeah. Chest breathing, if it is your natural breathing, your natural breathing. Yeah. You don't choose stomach breathing, abdominal breathing. No. Natural breathing. Okay. Nicola, how come we don't practice any exercises that empowers the genital system? Would that be included in the kidney exercise? Right. Well, we call kidney a, we call kidney the external sexual complex. Yeah. So the whole lower dantian has very strong connections with the sexual power, the birth power, the physical health, including genital system, yeah, hormones. So that is true. The kidney exercise. So and you say strong fire and moderate fire. Yeah, moderate fire is more connecting the chi, get yourself ready. Strong fire is moving the chi, and it's like begin to reinforce chi to make the connections of energies to every part. When I'm teaching, I mentioned that you can squeeze. You can squeeze when you put uh, like when we make a smashed potato, you put in the bag, you can squeeze it, right? So it reaches everywhere. So that's like that. So when you're doing the reverse abdominal breathing, strong fire, you go with the movement. So this movement are leading this chi to benefit the part of the organs very, very strongly. But the moderate fire is getting the things ready. It's like accumulating. It's like you begin to lay all the things, then you push, right? So preparation and working. Okay. Ping, Robert, just now you mentioned you start morning practice at 5 p.m. and it could last 3 hours. Do you practice empty stomach or would you eat a little bit in between? Empty stomach, yeah, empty stomach. I like maybe 8 o'clock or 8:30. I have my breakfast. We do drink waters, yeah. The When I get up, first I lie in bed. I wake up. I don't rush to come back. Yeah, I just idle a little bit. Try to remember the dream if I had any. Do a few minutes of breathing. Sometimes the silent chanting, song kong tong, song kong tong, bing quan yu, yeah, all the silent chanting can be beautiful. So until I begin to quite wake up, I get up and make myself more fully wake up. Yeah, brush my teeth, take the shower, and drinking a cup of good water. Then that's quite good. Then I can do some exercise. Yeah, I like to jog a little bit for about 5 to 10 minutes before I do my qigong, or I can do more. Yeah, if I like to be more active, more cardio, I may run 100-meter dash. Yeah, for some time. Uh, but it's all making more prepared for the practice. Okay. Uh, Next one, and yes, this is a long one. Is the question? Okay, let's just have a quick read. And yes, Thank you, Master Peng, for the gift of Yi Jin Jing. It is wonderfully life-changing. The ungroundedness and vertigo I shared in the first webinars are gone. I have several questions. I purchased both Master Key series DVD book and the Qigong Ecstasy. I love all of the work, but I'm at a loss on how to effectively create a daily, weekly schedule of practice. In the Ecstasy DVD, in answer to the question, which of the practice would you highlight as the most important, you said Qigong Ecstasy. However, I read that it is the Master Key series that is required for the teacher training. There's also Guardian Qigong, soon offered, that is of great interest to me as I'm highly empathetic and would like to create a stronger Qi boundary. In the prior webinar, you suggested the connecting universe, which has helped greatly. How does Guardian Qigong compare to connecting universe? Would you please clarify the best way to schedule all of this work into the best program of study along the Yi Jin Jing? Which to focus on first, and how long is there a current recommended amount of time to wait for before embarking on the deep study of each? Which currently prioritize the best order of focus study given on all these different programs? Is there a recommended period of time before doing teacher training? That is a long question. And yes, thank you. Well, I may not answer individually on each, but overall, I think just now I mentioned, try to arrange in the wise way to choose 2 exercises, no matter how many. Yeah, I noticed that you bought a lot, including the just Master Key. We have 4 essential exercises plus hologram palming empowerment, breathing empowerment. It's like nearly 10 exercises. If you just practice all these exercises alone, it will be 2 hours. So it's impossible to practice them all in one day, daily. Yeah, sometimes one day is possible. So that's why I mentioned just now, if you use a good tip, primary practice and secondary practice. Yeah. I cannot tell you which one is the best for you. Well, normally the one you just learned is the best for you to now, at least because you learn it, you're fresh. It's good to improve. Make it as a primary practice for at least 3 months. Yeah. I think in the Master Key book, the last chapter is about how to arrange all those exercises in a year cycle. So you can read about it, you can put your practice into it, and you can add not only the exercise in the Master Key series, but also Yi Jin Jing. All right. So primary practice every single day, then the secondary practice you can change. Like I have my primary practice for now, if it is Yi Jin Jing, then I may have secondary practice repeating in 2 years. I mentioned, if you have only 3 or 4 exercises you have in your mind or learn now, the secondary practice can be in 1 week cycle, like Qigong, Yi Jin Jing every single day. Then Monday and Tuesday can be Forgotten Wells. Tuesday, Wednesday can be the Guardian Qigong. Yeah, Thursday, Friday can be Qigong Ecstasy. Sunday and can be Lotus Meditation. See, for this, you do 4 of them already, organized very smoothly. Then if I have more, like I said, I have more than 200, then I have to extend it for 2 years, or sometimes maybe in the future 3 years. But no matter how many, you have a practice, main practice, primary practice, every single day. Okay. Elizabeth, is there a specific reason why movements are done in repetitions of 3? 3 is the number of growth. We have 0, that means wuji, no polarity. Then at the moment of the Big Bang start 1, then it's not just stop there. They have to grow. The way of growth is you have polarity. We say 2. That's Tai Chi, right? Yin and yang polarity. But 2 need to be in the dynamic situation. If just two balanced, no, it's not balanced. It's always dynamic balance. The dynamic balance happens through the third force that break the balance. So three is the number that make the change, the progress of the change. That's why we choose three. Okay. With Yi Jin Jing, do we also practice developing a qi ball between the hands? No, that is the exercise. Well, you can. That is like a sharpener. That is an exercise that you have fun, or sometimes you want to train more sensitivity of feeling the qi. Okay. Susanna, I really found it motivating to be part of the online course to stay on track each day with my practice. But I worry that alone I won't have the discipline to keep it up every day. Is there a way we could use the forum to do accountability? Well, the forum is for you to discuss, to chat with each other. I won't be too available on the forum itself. Yeah, so it's more the supporting of each other, share experience between the practitioners. So yeah, you need some discipline. Yeah, or you can join. Like next time when I have, then you can join again for another 14 weeks. This way you can be more flowing with all the Qi communities intensely. When do fire breathing, do we push the low dantian in or out during exhalation? You don't push. You focus on the movement. Forget about low dantian. Yeah. John, Robert, I also do the season empowerment every day. When is the best time to integrate that into my daily routine with Yi Jin Jing and Xi breathing? The seasonal empowerment is more closely use the universal qi, especially planetary qi, the sun energies, very targeted, very specific. When we practice all the time, we're connecting heaven and earth. But the seasonal empowerment is more for this 15 days or so. Yeah, we have this sun energies to benefit our spine, one of the spine. You can do the season empowerment, like I just mentioned, you can put it as a secondary practice. Yeah. So in other words, you can do it 2 times a week. Yeah. 1 time a week together with Yi Jin Jing. Yeah. Or 3 times. So you choose. Okay. You don't have it all the time. During that seasonal empowerment, you have that 14 days. You do only one is good enough. Yeah, do all 15 days, beautiful. Yeah, but I recommend no matter how many you can do, at least do one for each of them, because each one is empower one of the vertebra, 24 of them. So if you just even do one in 1 year, you are reinforcing the energy of your spine together with Yi Jin Jing of your organs. So it's like much more sophisticated and comprehensive ways of reinforcing your qi. Okay. If 3 is balanced, why is the repeating now 3, 6, 9 instead of 3, 5, 6? When we do the repeating is 3, it's 24, it's 51. Yeah, all this is more for the purpose of you practice shorter. Yeah. 3 is not balance, it's breaking the balance, breaking the static balance in order to create a upper level balancing. When doing fire breathing, do we push the lower abdomen in or from or out during exhalation? You don't push, you don't put your mind in your abdomen. Yeah. When we are doing alone, we try to inhale, tuck in, exhale, just simply let go. You don't push. Don't push. Yeah. Inhale, exhale, let go. Then we have the movement. Inhale, exhale here. Okay. Only when you inhale, you pay attention to tuck in the abdomen. Yeah. Okay. I think that's good for today. I want to thank you very much for this beautiful, beautiful chance. Every time when we're practicing Yi Jin Jing online course, it is like, for me, it's like another journey. Yeah. Well, so I have my own rhythm because when I teach, of course, well, I more or less I might make it as some main practice for some time and review together with you and enjoy the same journey with you. And well, what is the there's another question. The forum is at the moment restricted to the current group. Are there any plans to open this out to everyone that has been through the course, global community? Yes, you're right. Yeah, we're trying to work on it for all the one who has done online course. Okay, thank you. Well, the Qigong joke is still in back of my mind. I don't. It didn't come to me right away. Yeah, but I can think about when someone asking my master, would ask me what is the benefit of Qigong. I remember he always open in this way. They say, 楼不走, meaning 6 no worries. Yeah, it's not a joke, but I find it's a very good way to say the benefit of Qigong, not in the terms of medical things. It's a 茶不走, yeah, no worry eating. Yeah, 拉不走, no worry toilet, of course, after eating. 睡不走, yeah, no worry sleeping, yeah, beautiful sleep. Yeah. 神不走, yeah, you have beautiful energies like you keep staying for a few days, fine. Yeah, you have that energy to support you. 鱼不走, sexual power, yeah, sexual libidos, yeah, can be suspended when you're very old. Yeah, 100 years old, you can still have the power of giving the baby. All right. The last one is 紧不走, no worry emotions. Yeah, no worry emotions. So emotions are quite balanced. You still have your joy, have your anger, have no problem, but they are in harmonious ways. It's like spice of a life. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have the joke stories, but I hope that can be entertaining for you. Thank you very much. And we'll see you next time and hope you can practice well. And I may have more updated information to send through the newsletter. And feel free to get on the site and make sure you are on my newsletter list. Of course, everybody's is. All right. Thank you. And I want to thank to Bodgan, who is also assisting like every time. He's a hero behind the screen. Yeah, Bodgan. He's a long time students, also good friends now, and he's teaching in New York City every Monday night, and he's practicing individual treatment too. On my website, he's on the list of practitioners. And thank you very much, Bogdan, and thank you everybody, and have a wonderful Sunday rest of the day. And today is the changing back of the daylight saving. So we have a very bright morning. Thank you again. Thank you.